Do you remember those dreams that leave you feeling good? We often get caught up in worrying about the tough and unpleasant things. But why not let yourself drift into a peaceful daydream? Imagine strolling through a sunlit summer forest. The trail leads us into a world of contrast, light and shadow. These interdependent opposites weave together like on the canvas of an old master, highlighting and accentuating the dramatic details of the forest backdrop. On the left, hidden behind a thicket of green bushes, an old stump rises like a grand medieval cathedral. The eye instinctively clings to the sharp outlines of its towering spires. Right before us, an otherwise ordinary tree, one we might have overlooked, now astonishes with its unique illumination. Tall and straight, bathed in sunlight, it gradually merges with the surrounding space, only to unexpectedly twist like a black serpent. It's as if a pastel stroke dissolved into oil paint, then boldly flicked away with an inked tail. What caused this transformation in the tree's growth, and what story is it trying to tell us? A fallen giant. Surrounded by the silent witnesses of a past disaster ruins, fragments, the broken foundations of trees. Our path, bordered by logs, evokes the image of a Japanese bridge. And indeed, much like in a Japanese garden, there's nothing bright or garish here, only countless shades of green mosses and lichen-covered stones, coniferous trees, delicate maples and ferns, winding paths, and the murmur of a stream. Simplicity and modesty, even a certain austerity, help us forget the chaos of everyday life, relax, and lose ourselves in quiet contemplation. Many are familiar with Japan's traditional spring festivals, where people celebrate the delicate cherry blossoms, cascading wisteria, and vibrant azaleas, or perhaps the autumn walks among the majestic Japanese maples set against the snowy peak of Mount Fuji. But Japan is also known for the practice of forest bathing. The concept is beautifully simple. Step away from the hustle of daily life, head to the nearest forest, and spend time there, fully immersed in the fresh, calming forest air. Are you ready to experience a forest bath? Once again, we come across fallen trees along our path. A storm once raged here, but now all is calm. Time's steady march slow yet unrelenting, slowly heals the scars. Moss and ferns conceal the exposed roots, wrapped in a blanket of greenery. Insects, silently gnawing at the trees, dissolve their shapes into the sky. Nature seems to whisper, "This will not last forever. After the darkest night, dawn always breaks." And the reverse is true as well. As if caught in beams of sunlight, white butterflies flutter around us, carefree and light. We pass a slender yet expansive tree. Its youthful, graceful trunk stretches out long branches, as if eager to embrace and claim as much space as possible. The air hums with an unstoppable living song. It whistles, hums, crackles, screeches, howls, booms, squeals, and wails. Isn't it remarkable how the calls of birds, frogs, and insects seem to blend together as though they've all agreed to perform a single symphony? To our right, a young tree stretches out, its slender form almost flaunting its elegance and lightness. It bends and graciously offers its delicate crown of branches, forming soft green clouds. It melts into the surrounding greenery, yet its presence is unmistakably felt. It's like a kind, welcoming soul who crosses your path, offering comfort just when you need it, and then quietly slips away, leaving behind a warm memory in your life. The lower branches of the ancient firs, long dead and coated with a blanket of moss, unexpectedly come to life. They appear as though they were lifted from the depths of the sea, and between the seaweed hanging from the branches, small fish seem poised to swim by. Perhaps, deep within the thicket, an old frigate has even sunk. To the left, a slender tree is barely discernible, its silhouette gently curving like a wave. It resembles one of those creations of human hands, a bonsai. Normally, it seems that the shapes sculpted into these tiny trees in their pots, with wire and pruning, are anything but natural. But look around, and you'll see the original masterpieces of nature that have always inspired us. Psychologists claim that a person is only truly happy when their mind is engaged with something. That's why it's so difficult to think about nothing at all. And so, even while strolling, we naturally seek out interesting shapes and illusions in the landscape, noticing changes and making comparisons, recognizing familiar traits in the wild. Some spruce trees along our path bear a striking resemblance to the common houseplant, Araucaria. This isn't surprising, as Araucaria is also a coniferous tree, though it grows in South America and Australia. However, the silhouette of this evergreen tree, with its ring-shaped branches, seems familiar to everyone around the world. Much like the common houseplant, ficus, which can easily be mistaken for forest shrubs. Did you know that in their native tropical climates, these indoor plants grow to impressive, almost gigantic sizes and numbers in the hundreds of species? It's typical for people to be drawn to the exotic. Often, we know more about faraway places than what's around us. We slowly climb higher. The fern bushes grow larger and larger. Take a closer look at the bark of an old tree. What does it remind you of? Deep furrows, strange growths, almost like a separate world, with the relief of the earth, craters, mountains, a microcosm of something much larger. Have you ever noticed how there's always more hidden in the less? The veins of a small leaf mirror, the silhouette of a tree, moss colonies resemble forests and islands, anthills look like cities. We lift our eyes. It's as though we're gazing at enormous, impressionist paintings. The perfect balance of tones, an intriguing configuration of colors and shapes, a vibrant mosaic of sunlight and colored shadows. To truly appreciate an impressionist painting, The viewer needs to step back a few meters and watch in awe as chaotic spots and brush strokes come together to form life before our eyes. But in this natural forest, the vast scale of this living, miraculous museum allows you to stop anywhere and experience that very same instant impression that the artists tried to capture. It just so happens that today, the philosophy of Japanese gardens has captured our imagination and guided us down its own unique path, much like how Japanese color prints once inspired the birth of Impressionism. We can only dive into this story with enthusiasm, letting our surroundings and discoveries along the way illustrate its essence. Let's climb further up this mountain of impressions. Or, like the founder of Impressionism, Claude Monet, let's sail along in a workshop boat, passing through forest landscapes. And once again, we revel in the contrast. Light, warm, sunny greens, highlighted by the cool, muted browns of the shadows. The colors, like a dream, drift by in gentle, wave-like strokes. Looking at the silhouettes and canopies of the trees against the sky, you'll catch countless colors, dots and specks of pure color: blue, yellow, green, brown, pink. It's as if the light, having just spread in waves, recalled its dual nature and appeared as simple, discrete particles. Thanks to this interplay of pure colors, the paints are more vibrant, and when mixed, they darken and almost inevitably turn muddy. This technique was used by the artist Seurat, who founded the pointillist movement, derived from the French word pointilleur, meaning to paint with dots. this interplay of pure colors, the paints are more vibrant, and when mixed, they darken and almost inevitably turn muddy. This theory was the basis for the further creative searches of 20th century artists, abstractionists, and cubists. Now, let's look around. We are still on our path in a world of undisturbed calm and boundless space, surrounded by the same old spruce trees and numerous ferns. But entire eras of artistic development have just flashed before us. We found ourselves in front of the bridge again. I wonder where he will take us next.